Well, I've just done a workshop about the work I'm doing about the ingredients of transition, which is about trying to broaden transition from how we've seen it so far in terms of 12 sequential steps to more towards something that captures all the ingredients that people are assembling around the world in doing transition in different places. So you can think of it as a cake, and if you want to make a cake, you need different ingredients. You can make all different kinds of cakes, but there are certain stages that you need and certain things that you do at different stages. So it's based on all the experience that people are with what they're doing around the world. I think it's much more accessible, it's much more representative of what's happening, and I think it's much more useful. So far, the response to the ingredients that we've put out has been really positive, and lots of people have been sending in their stories, their photographs, their successes, their failures, so they become really rich with the stories of what people are doing. So we try and do these things usually in a collaborative way to try and invite people's input, and that's been working really well with this process. To me, transition outside of Totnes looks intriguingly different in all different places. The thing I love about it is that there isn't a right way to do it. Transition is really a pulse, it's an invitation, it's a suggestion, it's an inquiry. What would it look like if there was this kind of a response? And so what we're seeing around the world is really responses to that experiment. So it looks very different in Brixton, in Edinburgh, to in Brazil, and we really designed it so that it would have that flexibility in it. So I'm constantly amazed and impressed and humbled and gobsmacked by what people are doing, really. This conference is really fascinating, and it comes at a really important time in the evolution of transition, I think, which is about looking at these issues of belonging and how that relates to resilience, and how a community can make itself more resilient in terms of drawing in all the inputs from all the different elements of the community and different members, that it's respectful of place and it emerges from that. And for me, it's been a very live inquiry for a long period of time. So I very much am coming along to this event not with answers but with questions, and really keen to hear and learn, because it's an issue that's very live for lots of people, and I also think that it's a real indicator of the maturity that transition as a movement has gathered in such a short period of time, that it's able to run a conference like this, which takes people very much out of their comfort zone in a very creative and playful way. I suppose for me the threads of commonality that really tie transition together is a commitment to seeing peak oil, climate change, the other environmental, social problems we face, not as a crisis and as a disaster, but really as a challenge. What can we make out of this? I think there's also a commitment to seeing this not purely as an external process, but also that we need to acknowledge there's an inner aspect to it as well. And a commitment to something that isn't dour and austere and miserable. Transition is very creative and playful and imaginative, which is something that runs through it. So I suppose those are the things that when I travel different places and meet people doing transition, those are the things that we tend to have in common, really.